back here again with another Vinyl Finds video, and of course it was just Record Store Day. One of my favorite times of the year for sure. It's always just a really fun time going out and being with other people that enjoy the same type of interests as you. And of course, I really liked this list of albums that they had coming out this year. I thought that was a pretty stellar list. There's several things on there that I really thought was pretty cool. Some of the stuff I didn't necessarily need or want, and there's obviously stuff that I wanted and wasn't able to get. But for the most part, I got the main stuff that I wanted to get. But just, that's the one thing I kind of don't like about Record Store Days. All of it's so limited, and not everyone is able to get the things that they want. I honestly wish that they could do something where everyone was able to get what they wanted, but unfortunately, I don't think that's ever going to be the case. But, there's always, later on, some of the special releases that were on colored vinyl might get a standard black vinyl release, so there's always that. But I'm going to start this video with showing the stuff that I got at Record Store Day, which honestly wasn't a whole lot. I think I only grabbed like 3 items from Record Store Day, but did get this pretty cool Record Store Day bag as well. And then I got like a sampler CD and a bonus 45. Most of the time with these bonus CDs, I usually never even open them, but that's a freebie is for sure. And I also did get a Record Store Day pin. Of course, it was St. Vincent was the ambassador this year, so I was gonna get one of those pins. And I also did get a Record Store Day poster, which looks pretty cool. It's the Dogfish Head beer Record Store Day poster. But moving on to the items that I actually grabbed on Record Store Day, and I went to the Vinyl Rescue Project. It's the record store I most frequently go to, especially on Record Store Day. It's always the first store I go to. And I'm usually pretty lucky and able to get most of the stuff that I want, so I usually try to avoid going to the other record stores, because some of the ones, like in Broad Ripple and all those places, get pretty hectic and crazy on Record Store Day. And if you don't get to those places right when they open and usually have to camp outside, you're not going to get stuff that you want anyway. But nonetheless, I probably got that Vinyl Rescue Project about an hour before they opened, probably about 18 in line. And once the store opened, the line got very, very long, but it wasn't too bad once we got inside and everything. But it was kind of a cold morning today too. It seems like the weather's usually always not that great during Record Store Day for some reason. It was like 80 degrees last weekend, and it's like 40 degrees today. But I live in Indiana, so that crazy weather, unpredictable. But anyway, the first thing I did grab was, of course, the Pearl Jam State of Love and Trust, with the back side, the B-side being Breathe. Was super psyched to get that. That's one of the major things that I definitely wanted to pick up. Of course, it's the 2 songs that is going to be on the upcoming reissue of the single soundtrack, which I'm really looking forward to getting that as well. Absolutely killer soundtrack. I actually don't mind the movie that much either. I like the fact that Eddie Vedder makes some appearances in it, as well as all the other members of Pearl Jam. But definitely cool to have this, and I was actually lucky enough to grab another one of these, and one of my friends that was unfortunately not able to make it out on Record Store Day, I was able to get him one as well. So definitely always glad to be able to hook up fellow friends and just give them the single as well. But I did also pick up Victoria Williams in the Loose Band, Town Hall 1995. Of course, I mainly picked this up because I really enjoy the song Crazy Mary, which, Pearl Jam does an awesome cover of that song, so definitely had to pick that up. I haven't listened to this one yet, but I'll definitely be spinning that soon. And yeah, last thing I picked up, of course, is the Dave Matthews Band live at Red Rocks in 1995. The main thing that I really wanted there, outside of the Pearl Jam, was this, and I was very lucky to be able to actually get this at the Vinyl Rescue Project. He only got 3 of them in, and actually got the last one that he had, and it is numbered 1120 on the back. Sounds amazing. I listened to this earlier today. When I got home, I actually listened to it right away. And just it's a great show. And it is on silver vinyl as well. I'll try to get one of the albums out here. One of the sleeves. But it's a great album, great live album from Dave Matthews. Hoping that they eventually start releasing the live track on vinyl again. It's kind of stopped up, I think, Live Track Volume 5, which, ironically, live tracks, the last one that they released, which I think was on 2015 Black Friday Record Store Day, was like a week after it was live at Red Rock show. But nonetheless, really psyched that I was able to pick this up, because I don't think I would honestly put even if I went to any other record store, I highly doubt I would have been able to find it today. But and of course you got people already putting it up on like the eBay and Discogs for insanely ridiculous prices, which, I mean, I'm sure this one will get reissued on black vinyl, standard vinyl, sooner than later. But nonetheless, was super happy that I was able to pick that up. But I do have several other albums to show that I have picked up. You know, just various different places and from various different times throughout the last month or so. The first batch of albums I'm going to show are albums that actually also got at the Vinyl Rescue Project, of course, at different times. I didn't get these all on Record Store Day, but I picked up the new Gin Blossom's New Miserable Experience reissue from their 1992 album. Just a great album from the Gin Blossoms. It's got, of course, Hey Jealousy on here. But, definitely was pretty stoked to pick that up. And of course the Counting Crows Recovering Satellite reissue. Was really happy that this finally got a reissue. I mean, an amazing album from the Counting Crows. Of course, it's got A Long December on here. I mean, they also did issue their first album as well, but I have the one that came out with like 2012 that plays on 45 RPM speed, so I didn't pick that one up. Just didn't really feel like it was necessary. And the weird thing is, when these first were coming out, it was actually reported that they're playing on 45 RPM speed, and I put it on, and it was clearly just it plays on 33. But nonetheless, was really happy that this was finally reissued on vinyl, and I'm hoping that they do the rest of the Counting Crows albums on vinyl, because they really have like some great albums for sure. They're an awesome band to see live as well. And I also picked up the Ultra Omega OK Soundgarden reissue, which this is on colored vinyl as well. But definitely it sounds a lot better than the original mix. I actually have an original copy of it. This first one is on blue color, and the second one I think was on a red color. Yeah, it's definitely cool to have that. Actually seeing Soundgarden on May 10th, I'm pretty stoked to see them as well. I saw Chris Cornell's solo last year, and it was absolutely amazing. So definitely looking forward to seeing Soundgarden. There's actually a few concerts coming up in May that I'm looking forward to. Actually seeing Robbie Krieger on May 7th, and Soundgarden May 10th, and May 18th, I think it's Red Hot Chili Peppers. So definitely stoked on those upcoming concerts getting kicked off in the summer. It's always exciting. and a few albums that I picked up at Half Price Books. First one is it's actually just randomly found this in the news section. And it's Random's first album. Of course, it's got Jeff Ament from Pearl Jam in the band. And this is a European copy. Weirdly enough, that they would have that in new, but always cool to find some Pearl Jam side projects. Really great album. And I found a few albums here that I actually kind of took chances on. Some bands that I had never heard of before, but they just kind of seemed interesting to me. They were fairly cheap. The first one is called Bayou Pigs, and the album is called Rehab Messiah. When I first looked at this cover, I kind of thought it was kind of going to be a really psyche album, but it really isn't. It's kind of hard to describe. It's not necessarily bad, but I actually really enjoyed it. I'll probably listen to it a couple more times, but it came out in 1990, so it's kind of has an alternative sound to it, kind of a little heavier than that, but definitely glad I took a chance on it. Then I also picked up this album. It's called Surgery, Nationwide, and same thing with them, a band that I honestly had really never heard of before. Listened to some of it and didn't mind it too much. Definitely have to listen to the rest of it, but not a bad album. Definitely can't go wrong with just a couple of bucks and taking a risk. And that one also came out in 1990, I believe. And one that I was actually really surprised to find, and I assume someone must have just had a collection, because there was a lot of albums at Half Price Books that were like punk and like early alternative rock from like late 80s, early 90s. And one that I found in there was Green River, Come On Down, the EP. I was really stoked to find this. This is a 1989 reissue. But definitely can't go wrong with just finding Green River out in the open. Just in tremendous condition as well. Honestly, it looks like it really hasn't been played very much at all. It has the little insert in there still. But definitely was really happy to find that at Half Price Books. Because really lately, outside of really that Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon that I found probably like a month or two ago, I really don't find too much stuff at Half Price Books. But sometimes you just never know. You come across something really cool like Green River. Definitely was stoked to find that. And a few albums that I've actually showed in other videos. Of course, this is probably the third time I've showed this one, but I picked this one up on, actually won this one on eBay. And I did a closer video of this, showing it off more in depth. And it's, of course, Pearl Jam, Lost Dogs. Doesn't hurt to show it again, but haven't showed this one yet in the Vinyl Finds video, so I figured I'd throw it in there. Definitely still super stoked that I actually own this on vinyl. And I actually heard a rumor not too long ago that the Binaural and Riot Act and Avocado might actually be getting an official reissue at some point this year. So I'm definitely crossing my fingers and I hope that is the case, but was really happy to actually pick that up. And the last one I actually got from a fellow 10 Club member from the Pearl Jam forums, and that is Pearl Jam Live on 10 Legs, the box set. I got a really good deal on this, and it's just a really cool box set as well. I showed us some of that in the Pearl Jam collection as well. But there's a lot of cool stuff in the box set. It actually comes with the CD as well, a little like lanyard with Live on 10 Legs. Then it has like little miniature posters in there. Then it has pictures of all the band members. You got Stone right there. Of course, Eddie, Jeff, Mike, and of course Matt Cameron. So definitely really cool, glossy photos. And of course it obviously has the actual album in there as well. It's a pretty cool album. It's like live song. I mean, it's pretty much like a sequel to Live on Two Legs, so definitely cool to have that. And definitely was really thankful that they hooked me up with a really fair and good price. But that is all the stuff that I actually have to show. And always definitely an enjoyable record store day. And that's really all I have to say. And I hope everyone had a great record store day as well. And I will definitely see you all in the next video. And thanks again, guys, for watching.